Fast, fun, and chaotic at times, Paladins Champions of the Realm is a 5v5 free-to-play multiplayer shooter that uses a creative system to customize how your character plays. Available on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch, the award-winning, critically acclaimed game was developed by Evil Mojo Games and published by Hi-Rez Studios. Does Paladins excel enough to stand out amongst the ever-growing sea of multiplayer shooters? Let's find out. There is little to no story explored in Paladins, which is a disappointment as the characters that are playable in this game seem to be full of personality. From a self-proclaimed knight like Fernando who wields a flamethrower to a bomb king who is literally a giant bomb. I believe there's a character for everyone in this game, and it's a shame that most of them only get a simple line or two of text during a loading screen that will inform you about little details on the champions. As of right now, there are a whopping total of 39 characters to play as, with new champions being released at a steady pace along with patches to invigorate new life into the game and keep it well balanced. With its multiple modes, from its main mode Siege to Onslaught and Team Deathmatch, the game can seem archaic at times. Siege mode is the biggest draw of this game in my opinion. In a nutshell, you must capture a certain point, and once the point is captured a payload appears. It's then up to you and your team to defend it from reaching your side of the map, or pushing it into your opponents. You can have a serious amount of fun with this mode, and when both teams are evenly matched it can become quite the intense battle as you fight for victory. You'll most likely be spending most of your time in Siege due to it being the only mode that has ranked gameplay, as well as being the only way to progress in the battle pass. Onslaught is a more simplistic game mode where you must hold an area longer than the opposing team. It's good for a quick game as they don't take too long to complete. Team Deathmatch is as you would expect, with a very quick pace to it. You respawn in mere seconds and is a great way of having mindless fun as each team tries to reach 40 kills to come out on top. For those looking to perfect their moves and get more of a feel for the game, there is also practice mode, where you can experiment with characters and get a grasp for their controls. The gameplay is fluid and responsive. You have 5 moves for each character, a primary attack along with a secondary, a move that allows for quick mobility, and last but not least, a move that relates to whatever type your champion is. There is also a super move that builds up over the course of the game that, if used correctly, can tip the scale of victory in your favour. There are 4 types of champions. You have damage, their name is pretty self-explanatory, but these guys are there to deal out as much damage as they possibly can. You then have flanks, a shifty little crew of characters that are most mobile, and are best at sneaking up on the opponents. Frontlines come next. They are the tanks of the team, there to absorb the damage directed at your team like a sponge. Then you have healers, the ones that make sure you don't die by healing health. It is a solid design, and during my time playing, I found that if you didn't make a balanced team around these roles, then you'll find yourself fighting an uphill battle most of the time. One of the more interesting factors about this game is the amount of customization options that are available to optimize a champion and create different methods of using them. You have talents for each character which can have a drastic change to how you play. Take the lovable sentient tree Grover. He is primarily a healer, but if you decide to use his ferocity talent, then he deals more damage the further away he is from his foe. This blurs the line between a healer and damage with Grover, and is done with a handful of other characters as well. You then have loadouts where you have a deck of 16 cards in groups of 4, that usually relate to the 4 primary moves of each character. These improve whichever move you wish. You have a total of 5 spaces with each card taking up 1 point, with a total of 15 points to improve these cards. This type of customization can lead to drastically different playstyles, and if you do come up against the same champion while playing, it is highly likely he will play a bit differently. It's a fantastic system that isn't too deep to throw off new players, yet I believe deep enough for those who wish to experiment with characters will have hours to dig into. The soft and colourful art style of the game is easy on the eyes and brimming with personality. From its large cast with wonderful and weird designs to the areas where you do battle that are spacious and great for combating against others. However, the music is just bland and never pops out. You have the main menu and waiting tracks that you will come to grow accustomed to if you play the game regularly, but everywhere else I fail to even recognise music playing at all, and that's a bad sign for a music track. A big problem people have with free-to-play games are the microtransactions, but I can safely say that Paladins has a great stance on them. While you can pay to unlock all the characters in the game, along with any new champions that are released, they are all unlockable through the currency you earn in-game. This gives the game a great deal of replayability as you unlock one character at a time and is very consumer friendly. There are emotes, costumes and other such things as voice packs that require you to pay straight up for them. Most you'll need real world money for them, though a handful can be attained through the currency that you earn in-game. No advantage is gained in-game from these transactions and is more a form of self-expression. There are a handful of smaller things that allow you to gain more experience and currency in the game through quests and a battle pass. Overall, Paladins Champions of the Realm is an addictively fun yet competitive online multiplayer game with solid, distinctive gameplay and an intriguing customization system that delivers a surprising amount of replayability. While the game has some issues with a less than stellar soundtrack, the odd glitch to be found, and a missed opportunity for story, I have to say it is one of the best online multiplayer games to play now, especially since it's free to play. Paladins Champions of the Realm is a must-buy game. If you're looking for something similar to Paladins, games such as Overwatch and Team Fortress 2 might scratch that itch. This has been Pat Curley from the Republic of Players. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe and check out the rest of our content. We have weekly podcasts where we talk everything gaming, or pop into the Lads and Couch Ops where they're taking on Broforce. Until next time, have a good one.